Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about AMD stock and exactly what might be happening over the next few days now that we really did reach our target price of 120 and come all the way down to our support price as well. I want to talk about my last video where I told you guys to take some profits in that range I just talked about, $120 to $125, and as you can see, that was pretty much some timely advice as we did get a pullback on the stock, which I advise you guys to watch out for as a great time to buy or add some shares. But either way, the stock is now sitting at 110 a share after a massive rally up almost 4% on Friday. And now the question on every trader's mind should be whether AMD stock will continue rising up above maybe 115 or even to the recent highs of 120, or whether this might punch back through the recent support and head down to 100 a share. So in this video, I will look to answer that question and share with you guys some insight on what signs we need to watch out for as investors in order to know what will happen with AMD stock over the next few days. Now, the reason the stock jumped on Friday is both great for AMD in the short term and bad for the company over the long term. Now, the reason for the jump was that initial reports of a chip shortage look like they're becoming the reality, and these were forecasting a chip shortage until 2023. So obviously this is good for AMD in the short term because their product is very much in demand and their revenues will continue to grow as chip prices grow during the shortage. But in the long term, this means AMD and other chip makers will continue having longer lead times for their chips and for their customers, and ultimately they will continue having to spend billions of dollars on new technology to be producing smaller and faster chips. So getting into it here, I want to start us off by refreshing what happened in the last video and what I told you guys to watch out for with AMD stock here, specifically on the chart. So as you can see, the first thing, our sell point at around 120 to 125 hit exactly on the dot, and we did get a great sell-off down to 105 where we had a small support set up as a result of the 75, 85, 95, 105 phenomenon we've been seeing with AMD stock. Now, it's not always common for stocks to be ending on a $5 bill like that on the resistance, but as you guys can see, it's what AMD has been doing over the last few days. So obviously this is a pattern that we need to respect and watch with AMD stock coming into the next few weeks. And ultimately, if this does repeat, then we might have some trouble coming through the 115 or even through 125, which is around where this stock did pause. So again, guys, there's always rhyme and reason to what's happening with these stocks, and I really do think that right now this pattern that I'm about to show you is ultimately going to give us the reason or the key to whether or not AMD will rocket off. So not only did we get this support price, we also got a great candle, which was this doji right here, and this candle usually prints itself when there is indecision with the stock price. So right now I'm going to head over to another screen and show you guys the exact pattern which I think AMD might be filling in right now, and why I really do think that this pattern will be absolutely crucial to watch out for. So as you can see right now, we are very clearly getting this pattern, which is called a morning star pattern here on AMD stock. And we can see this because there is one large bar heading here in the downwards direction, then that doji candle, the indecision moment where the stock shows us clearly that it really isn't ready to run in this direction any longer. And then we got the massive fuel bar after the move, which obviously is a great sign or a partial confirmation that we do have strength left with AMD and that these investors still have their eye on the stock and institutions are still trying to push this one up. So obviously that also goes hand in hand with the volume. And as you can see here at the bottom of the screen, the days when AMD has pushed up the hardest have been some of the highest volume days, except for this last day when we did get the pullback, which I told you guys about. That was a very, very tough day for investors on AMD. And ultimately, I do think that we can get back to 120 if you did buy in on this day. But that's the reason why I make these videos and try to keep you guys updated so we can avoid moments like that. And for that reason, I do really want to tell you guys that I don't think AMD will be coming below this 105 anytime soon unless we get a massive red candle here on Monday opening on the market. I don't think that AMD has the potential to be heading down so strongly, especially not to $100 a share, especially after we've seen this volume as well. So again, guys, that is my prediction or my analysis for AMD here. I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know exactly what will happen with AMD stock, but obviously we have been right the last 3 times on when AMD AMD could be bouncing. So I really do think this could be a great opportunity to catch another run back to 115 or even 120 if the 115 and the $5 mystery or kind of move that we've identified doesn't hold up. But over the next few days, I hope that AMD is able to make a great run for you guys who are invested. And as always, I hope all your plays are in the green.